It's World Breastfeeding Week. We've got Jackie Haig here from Sanford to share with us what Sanford is doing to support new moms. It's quite a journey.
Yes.
Breastfeeding is.
It sure is.
So obviously for people that have never done it, there's a lot to it. It is not as natural as you would think.
No.
So luckily, we have fantastic lactation consultants. We have nurses that can help out with that. So Jackie, first, can you kind of give us an overview? What does Sanford offer in terms of help with that sort of thing?
A lot. I'm really proud of our team. So a couple of things. We always meet where the mom is at, where the parents are at with their feeding choices. So whatever their feeding choices are, we want to support them. But we have to acknowledge the fact that 60% of people who start a breastfeeding journey end earlier than planned because it can be really hard. So how can we offer the support that they need? We have people on the inpatient side that can help guide those first few days, which are sometimes a challenge. We have lactation consultants on the outpatient side that can meet one-on-one. And then we have breastfeeding support groups that meet 2 to 3 times a week that offer both community for moms to connect with each other and then as well as to get some professional support. So we have a hotline that people can call in with questions because questions pop up all the time, usually in the middle of the night when you're up with your baby. So there's just a lot of ways to reach some help.
I love that you said that you meet women where they're at because you would know as a lactation consultant, and I've had a few children, we know that. It is very much an individual journey.
Absolutely.
And the reality of what it looks like sometimes is a lot bigger than one would expect if you've never been through it. In my case, it involved postpartum depression, it involved lactation consultants and a lot of tears and how come this isn't working and what do I do? And it really is necessary to have that support system for women that are struggling with this. Now, there are a lot of women out there who are blessed to be able to do it and it's successful and that's wonderful. That's always the best outcome. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of women who have not had an easy path to that. So that's really challenging. Can you tell us about baby care and then the beginning class as well, because that's very important.
Yes. So there's all sorts of prenatal options as well on ways that you can learn about what to expect. We have classes called Breastfeeding Beginnings that are taught by some of our own staff. We also have, you can make a prenatal appointment with a lactation consultant and you can get some of your questions answered that way. So there's all kinds of ways. You can come to the Baby Cafe Breastfeeding Support Group even if you have not yet had a baby, just to get those questions answered too. So there's all kinds of ways to kind of learn what to expect, even though sometimes unexpected things still pop up.
I found, when you know somebody who is pregnant, everyone has advice. Mine is always, don't be hard on yourself. Trust the team that you're going to have around you, but don't be hard on yourself. And of course, breastfeeding, everybody wants that. It's great for the baby. It's great for mom. If you could share with our friends at home, why is breastfeeding so important?
So a couple of reasons. I mean, I think we have to acknowledge the fact that we're just coming out of a significant formula shortage and nobody should ever have to wonder where their child's next meal is coming from, ever. That is incredibly stressful. So if people are wanting to breastfeed and we can provide them support so they can reach their goals, that takes a little bit of that pressure off. Another thing, we always talk about the health of the baby. Yes, they get less infections and there's all kinds of benefits to baby, but with mom, there's less risk of reproductive cancers if she breastfeeds. There's less risk of type 2 diabetes later in life. There's less risk of all sorts of things. So I think that we need to also, I'm a firm believer that yes, everybody's in love with this new baby, but we can't forget the mom in that as well.
And of course, breastfeeding, wonderful thing. That was a lot of positive things about breastfeeding. There are some challenges though that moms face. What have you seen in terms of moms coming to you saying, I need some help?
Yes. So the first few days are probably the most important with trying to figure out how to get your baby latched. I always joke, me being a lactation consultant, if it was as natural as everybody talked about, I wouldn't have had a job, right? Like it wouldn't have had. So getting help learning how to do it, how to initiate it, what it looks like, how often, those types of questions. And then as the journey goes on, there's questions about what medications are safe to take. I'm going back to work. How do I manage this? What do I tell my employer? How can I maintain that milk when I'm away from my baby? So the questions evolve and there's all kinds of support. It doesn't matter if you have a newborn or a 9-month-old, you can still contact any of us and we'd be happy to help.
Well, I think that's key, just having that support system. That can make a huge world of difference in the life of a new mom. So thank you for everything you do, because I know you probably made a difference in the lives of a lot of women.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I didn't have the easiest journey either, which is why I became a lactation consultant. So if I can pay it back, I'm happy.
Same. All right, stay with us. You remember when we went to Mordora? It was an amazing trip. We did the pitchfork fondue. We want to replay that for you because we had so much fun, and you have a few more weeks left. You can get out there and enjoy it, so stay tuned.